All right, good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Guys. Welcome into Coffee with Coach.
Yeah.
Here as we are every morning, Salty Dog Coffee Shop every Thursday at close enough to 8 o'clock, about 5 minutes after.
Yeah.
Still good,
It's all
still
right.
good.
Little technical difficulties. That's
Little
all right.
technical
That's
difficulties.
right.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, Coach, why don't you just kind of take us right into it? Who are
Yeah.
our guests this morning?
Absolutely. So, the core of any football team is your offensive line, and so we've got two of our stalwarts here with us. Starting right tackle Cohen Pfeiffer, and starting right guard Gibby Grayson Gibson. And excited to have both these guys here. They've been with us for a good while, and big contributors and anchors of our program. So excited to have them. And they're also line leaders as well, which y'all still never come up with some sort of name for that. So we got to come up with we can't do what as one suggested. That's maybe that puts too much on me. But no, these are guys that are not just leaders on the offensive line and leaders on the offense, but they're leaders on the team as well.
Sure, certainly. Before we kind of get into everything, I just want to remind everybody out there, streaming on all of our platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, not Facebook, Instagram.
Shoot out another one. We'll put it on there.
Yeah, but say Facebook.
Make suggestions. Yeah.
Well, all right, but yeah, all of our social media platforms, streaming it on all of that every single morning. So we're getting into week 11, opponent not our ninth game of the year. So,
crazy. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Let's not dive into why it's game 9 but week 11. But
right.
We'll push that back.
Well, I was gonna say let's have the guys kind of talk a little bit about more of themselves, their kind of experience as line leaders. They're going to experience certainly how they've played such a key role.
Absolutely. Cohen, why don't you give a little bit of your background, what brought you here, and kind of your experience?
I'm from Harrison, Arkansas, and I wanted a school close enough to home that I can go back every now and then. But I really came here for the education. It's a great educational experience here, and I still got to continue playing football and pursuing what I love. And coming here, I brought what I've learned in Harrison along with me. Showing up early, knowing my assignment and knowing what I need to do, and just giving effort. And I really take those to heart. That's what I do every day in the classroom and here in football. And I love it here.
Gibby?
I'm from Ash Flat. You have to be there to know what's going to happen. After that first week, you're thinking, am I crazy? Like what am I doing here? Like this is insane. But no, it's been a good transition. Helped me definitely become the man I am today. That responsibility and doing all that, and the school's definitely a lot more rigorous for sure. But it's all been just such a great opportunity.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So let's talk about our last game, our last day against Texas Lutheran.
Absolutely.
Final result on that, 54-10.
A lot to not enough.
Yes, that would be a way to put it. Certainly, we had. They scored pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Going up by I think they were up 34-3 basically in the first, to our 3 in the first half. Coach, kind of take us into that first half, or we can just talk about the whole game as a whole if we'd like to.
Yeah, no, I can run from start to beginning.
Yeah, let's go.
It's going to be
here.
Pretty much on repeat as we go. First of all, let's not get it twisted. Texas Lutheran is a dang good program.
Oh, yeah.
Very talented. They're in a hotbed for recruiting. They do, and Coach LaHue does a tremendous job. Their staff, I've got to not know necessarily, but get to meet and associate a little bit with a couple of their staff over the last couple of years. Again, tremendous, very talented program. They've gone through a little bit of what we did last year with some significant injuries. Now, maybe not the depth of injuries, but a really strong starting quarterback coming back from last year to this year and goes out. And they've had many others. I've seen a couple wide receivers go down, some defensive guys go down, but they just continue to respond and really raise the level of their game. Even from the middle of the season when Hendrix took them all the way to the wire and Hendrix ends up losing on a walk-off, no time left, last play into the end zone touchdown, to now where they travel up to Abilene and play McMurray and really put it on them. So I'm kind of anxious to see that repeat, and we'll talk about championship weekend this weekend. Really, really good program. We didn't play up to our standard. I think these two guys would definitely agree. I think we did some really nice things at the start and in between in spurts offensively, but we just couldn't get that continuity. And we've got to be able to find a way to consistently either be able to get first downs, move the chains, maintain field position, and then again comes back to, as we talk about often on the defensive side, you've got to eliminate big plays. I was proud of our defensive guys. We did bring down some of those really big explosives compared to some other games, but then we also kind of death by 1,000 cuts too. That's the MO for Texas Lutheran. They're going to run the ball really well, run, then try to get you over the top on a big pass. So when you're not able to effectively stop the run consistently, you're having to commit more guys to the box. You're opening yourself up for big plays once they get past the linebacker, the second level, and now all your DBs are kind of scattered trying to hold guys down. And so, you know, some big plays that got mixed in there, but it really was kind of a as I said earlier, death by 1,000 cuts.
Our only scoring was from a field goal in the first. Zeus made a field goal in the first half there, and I believe it was Jerry McGee's INT.
Jerry had a great little pick. We got to teach him how to run for the pylon instead of just running straight ahead when he gets those interceptions. But yeah, it was great for him to get that pick six. That was really pretty cool. And we got a couple of takeaways on the defensive side, which was gratifying to see. Unfortunately, and again, I guess I keep jinxing myself, but I don't believe in luck, so I'll just keep knocking on wood and expect us to hold on to the ball. But really, really disappointed in our running back room, putting the ball on the ground 3 times, or 2 times. No, I'm sorry, 3 times. Turned 2 of those back over, threw the 1 pick, and then had a bad snap that led into a turnover as well. You can't beat anybody with 4 turnovers, particularly not the first team in our conference at this point. So we got to eliminate that. And, you know, we've been really good about it. I think I said a couple weeks back, we hadn't had more than 1 turnover in a game since the Westminster game. And, you know, now we go 2 and 4 in the last 2, and you can't do that and be successful.
From a lineman perspective, I would ask you guys just very quickly, what do you think, I mean, obviously, what do you think that you guys have taken away, kind of learned from this last outing? I understand, obviously, score difference, but just kind of what personal lessons or position group lessons do you think you guys have learned?
At the end of the day, it comes down to us, the O-line, that front 5. So, I mean, only getting a field goal is unacceptable, and that's on us. So, I mean, it stems from us, and we'll make sure and get it back this week and do a lot better.
Yeah, you gotta stay on blocks, and know your position, know it down to the core. Because if one missed assignment can lead to a turnover, a sack, and it's just getting up to that second level and creating holes for our running backs.
I think that's one thing, and Cohen said 2 things really. One thing we said coming out of this game and our evaluation of the game was we came off the ball really well. Our eyes were really pretty good, particularly considering all the movement that we saw. A lot of different looks from different linebackers in different spots that force us to have to adjust, but we just didn't maintain blocks. We might get 1, 2, 3 steps into a dry block, and then we lose a guy underneath or over the top or whatnot. And now there's a guy getting an arm, slowing down a running back as we're trying to get through the hole. And then the other part of it is just being able to respond and to be able to fight through that adversity and really be able to, you know, take a negative and grow from it. I think a lot of people that haven't played ball don't realize how close it is that one person on defense or one person on offense makes a mistake, and it can be critical for the 10 others in that individual play, and it only takes one each play. And we take a look at our kickoff cover. Our kickoff cover is the worst it's been all year. Now, again, a very talented group. When you have a team that has a lot of speed and physicality, it's going to show up a lot of times on your special teams, but we've not been that porous on kickoff in a long time. But it was really just a matter of a couple of guys on each of those plays that we gave up some long kickoff returns of doing something that we don't coach, but 2, put themselves in a position to get sealed or to get kicked out or whatnot, to a point where now a really talented kickoff return team can do something really significant with the ball and give them some really good field position.
So, Coach, let's kind of talk about SCAC championship,
Yeah.
SCAC. I
Yeah.
apologize. Championship. I can't talk. Championship weekend.
Yeah.
We're going to be facing Hendrix around. I believe it's at 3:00.
3:00
This
kick,
coming-
thank
So
goodness.
thank God for no 10 a.m.
That's right.
That's all that
That's
matters. Just like, look. No.
Well, let me give you a little bit of background first. During COVID, Buck Buchanan, head coach at Hendrix, had a great idea. Hendrix at that point was in the SAA, the Southern Athletic, a lot of acronyms out here, SAA, Southern Athletic Association, made up of schools like Berry and Rhodes and now Maryville and Trinity and some schools like that in the region. And during COVID, they decided, hey, to wrap up this season, let's do a championship at War Memorial Stadium and have all the teams come. And so they worked it out and got it going. And we wound up in a situation this year that we've got 6 schools in the SCAC. And that means that you only have 5 conference opponents that you're playing. It's too many to do a double round robin like we did last year, where we played everybody twice. But it's also not enough to comfortably be able to get a full slate of non-conference opponents. Getting 5 teams as non-conference teams is really difficult. And so what we decided to do was knock that down to 4, and pretty much all of our conference schools had 4 non-conference opponents going into this season. Let's limit that to 4, and then let's play one more week to get up to our 10th game, 1 extra game against each other, and we do it as a championship weekend. There's some other conferences. The Midwest Conference for many years used to do it that way. There's other conferences that have done that in the past. I don't know if there's anybody right now that's still doing that, but now basically what we're doing is we're taking the seeding of every school in the conference based on their standings, and at the end of this 5-game conference run, and now we're going to pair up the first team in the conference, which is now Texas Lutheran, versus the second team, McMurray, and they're going to play for the championship. And then 3rd and 4th, Hendrix being 3rd, us being 4th, and I'll talk a little bit about how we wound up in the 4th spot. We get to play for the 3rd place game, and then Austin and Centenary will play for 5th and 6th will play for the 5th place game, or 5th place in the conference. And so by the time we got to the end of the year here, and after we had beat Austin and then losing to Texas Lutheran last weekend, it put us in a 3-way tie with the number of conference wins with Austin, Centenary, and us. Then you got to go to tiebreakers. And so we went to about 5 layers of tiebreakers because of all the evenness of everything, but because of our head-to-head to Austin, it allowed us to be able to, and Austin beating Centenary and all that. Centenary had 1 more loss than we did. It put us in the 3rd spot. So, just the fortune of putting ourselves in a position to win that Austin game, we're afforded to be able to play Hendrix again. And if Hendrix folks are listening to this, so be it. But if you were to ask me 2 weeks ago, if we get to the SCAC championship and get to play 1 or 2 other teams, who would you pick? Centenary and Hendrix. One, Hendrix, because it's Hendrix. I mean, they're local, but that's a game we feel like we should compete in. And then the Centenary game, which is a game we feel like we should have come away with. So feel really good about having the opportunity to be able to play Hendrix. Look, I think this is going to be a tremendous rivalry over the years. We're going to look back at this 20, 30, 40 years ago, or 30 years, 40 years from now, and say, wow, this was the kickoff of a really great rivalry, where every year we come together and we play for Scottzilla, and it'll be probably the most unique trophy game ever if we keep it that way. And look at this as one of those that Greg Thomas, Pat Coleman come down, D3football.com, right, like they do for the Williams and Amherst game last week, or the River Falls and Whitewater game 2 weeks ago, and highlight this game because of, man, what a great tradition and a great rivalry. So, man, to be able to say, hey, we started this in 2025 with 2 games, and they split, man, that's going to be a tremendous kickoff to a really, really great rivalry, I think.
I was going to say, certainly in our last outing with Hendrix, obviously they didn't end up coming away with the win, but I mean, at halftime they were only up by 3?
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like it was there was quite, I mean, it will be competitive.
Absolutely. No, they're going to play hard. We're going to play hard. I think there's a lot of really good matchups on both sides' favor, and it really will come down to the teams that limit big plays, limit turnovers, and just execute. And I feel like our guys are poised to do that. We've had 2 really good practices. Like I always say, on a Thursday morning, we got one more practice that we got to put in bed with a really, really strong, focused effort. And then we'll drive ourselves down to War Memorial about hour and 35, 40 minutes and get ready to go do it.
Well, coaches, players. Do we have anything else to kind of talk about this week if we want to discuss it on?
I'll let you go again.
Yeah, we're going to go down and we're going to repeat that first half. We're going to, because they scored that last, they were up by 3
Yes.
by a fluke.
Yeah.
We're going to go down, we're going to drive it, we're going to punch them in the mouth. We're gonna hit the O-line way. Hard.
That's right.
That's good to hear.
That's right. Yeah, we gotta be physical up front, no doubt. Yeah.
I mean, they're a really good, disciplined team, but the fact of the matter is, and I truly believe that they don't hold a candle to us in physicality, offensive, defensively, and if we keep the pedal on the gas all 4 quarters, I mean, I don't think there's anything they can do to stop us.
I like to hear that.
Yeah.
I'm about to say, I like to hear O-linemen who are like, yeah, we're gonna. This is no more the BS.
Cohen said that's the O-lineman way. That's the lineman way. Like, go impose your will on somebody. That's
Exactly.
really what playing O-line is all about.
It's like make them stop you.
That's
okay?
right.
They
That's
can't.
right.
Then keep doing it. And
Yeah.
whoever complains after the fact, that's on them, right?
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank everybody for joining us this morning.
Absolutely.
Like we've said every single time this morning, we really appreciate everybody joining us and learning a little bit more about the Lion Way, how we do things here at Lion.
Absolutely.
Go ahead and share this out to everybody that people love football, friends, family, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And go Scots.
Yeah.
Let's get the dub here.
Yeah. Hopefully see everybody down at
That's
War
right.
Memorial as well. We'd love to have a big crowd. I mean, it's going to be pretty cool to be in 20,000, 25, I haven't looked,
Oh, yeah.
but a significant stadium. 20, 55?
50.
Oh my gosh.
It's a big
Coach
one.
Jones over here
It's a
giving
big
me
one.
hand signals. I didn't realize there's that many. So
It's a big one.
I mean, anybody should know it'd be Coach Jones. But it's going to be pretty cool. And God, it's going to be smoking hot too. I mean, after some cool weather, I think they're talking close to 80 at kickoff. But I'll be wearing a t-shirt and shorts maybe on the sideline for this one.
I was gonna say, if anybody is planning to travel there, our ticketing information, if you go to the Lion Athletics page, it's tap our bio on our Instagram. It's on there. They are on the website, linked to stories, schedules. Yes, it is out there. So if you want to come, please grab a ticket, purchase one. There's also box seats if you like a box seat.
There are box seats, and your ticket will get you really for all 3 games.
It
So
will.
if you're a big football lover, I think it's going to be a great event. I was super excited when we started talking about this about 12 months ago, and to see it really come to fruition and really be on the doorstep of it now is really pretty awesome. If I was just a football fan, I would be down there for the 10 a.m. kickoff and just go absorb football for all day. Because myself, Coach Piter, maybe Coach Longhorn, we're going to stick around and watch that 8 o'clock kick and see how the Texas Lutheran McMurray game turns out as well. So it'll be a little bit of a longer weekend for us. But it'll be a football feast.
That's right.
Football feast before Thanksgiving.
That's right. That's right. Well, like I said, I want to thank everybody again for joining us this morning.
Yeah.
Go Scots.
Go
Go Dub.
Scots.
Have a good day, everybody.
All in?
Let's go.
Let's go. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, you bet. Got a little sunny there for you.
Yeah, I got a
didn't
little
it?
sunny there.